Good evening. My name is Archana Arvind. Here I am going to take a class on breaking statement in C++. Okay, breaking statement. Using break statement, we can leave a loop even if the condition for its end is not fulfilled. It can be used to end an infinite loop or to force it end before its natural end. In this section, we will discuss following breaking statements. Break statements, continue statement, go to statement, and exit statement. Break statement. The break statement is used to terminate the execution of the loop program. Loop means repetition. It terminates the loop in which it is written and transfers the control to the immediate next statement outside the loop. The break statement is normally used in the switch conditional statement. To understand it, let us take the following C++ program. Comments, these are called comments. Comments are the non-executable part of any programming language. Comments, break loop example. Hash include iostream.h using namespace standard library, int main function, opening curly brackets, Indian declaration of the variables. Okay, for n equal to 10, n greater than 0, n minus minus n decrement operator, opening the curly bracket, C out, insertion operator, n insertion operator, comma double quotes, semicolon, if n equal to 3, C out, insertion operator, countdown aborted. Break, here we apply break statement, closing the curly brackets, return 0. Void main, int main, void main empty, void means empty, return 0, closing the curly bracket. Output 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, countdown aborted. Okay, this is the example for break statement. Continue statement. The continue statement causes the program to skip the rest of the loop in the current iteration as if the end of the statement block had been reached, causing it to jump to the start of the following iteration. For example, we are going to skip the number 5 in our countdown. Program 10. Continue loop example. Hash include iostream.h using namespace standard library. Int main function starts starting the parentheses or curly brackets for int n equal to 10, n greater than 0, n minus minus n decrement operator, curly brackets open, if n equal to 5, continue. C out, insertion operator, n insertion operator, double quotes, semicolon, in comma, C out, closing the curly brackets, C out, insertion, fire, exclamation mark, and return 0, closing the curly brackets. Output 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Go to statement. The go to statement. Next, another breaking statement is go to statement. The go to statement is used to transfer control to some other parts of the program. It is used to alter the execution sequence of the program. To illustrate go to statement, let us take the following C++ program. Program 2, program 11, go to loop example. Hash include iostream.h using namespace standard library, int main, curly bracket opening, int n equal to 10, loop, C out, insertion operator n, insertion operator n, double quotes, colon, n, decrement operator, semicolon, if n greater than 0, go to loop, C out, insertion operator, fire, return 0, closing bracket, closing the curly brackets. Output 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. The D, exit statement. Another breaking statement is exit statement. The exit statement is used to terminate the execution of the program. It is used when we want to stop the execution of the program depending on some condition. When we use exit statement, we have to include other library functions such as process.h or stdio.h file. To illustrate exit statement, let us take the following C++ program 12 program for exit statement. Hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, void main function, curly bracket parenthesis, clear screen, int I, number, int I equal to 1 while I less than 5, opening curly bracket, see out, insertion operator, enter the number, see insertion operator, extraction of C in extraction operator, number. If number greater than 5, opening the curly bracket, C out, insertion operator, the number is greater than 5 or equal to, extract insertion operator, end line, exit function, closing the curly bracket, C out, insertion operator, the number is double quotes, insertion operator, number, insertion operator, end line, I plus plus, increment, I plus plus, increment operator, closing the parenthesis, get ch function, get character, get the output, closing the curly bracket, output, enter the number 2, the number is 2, enter the number 3, the number is 3, enter the number 9, the number is greater than or equal to 9. Next one, IO formatting, input output formatting. In this section, we will discuss those functions which are used to format the input and output of a C++ program. These functions are helpful in managing the IO operations in C++ programming. C++ supports input-output statements which can be used to feed new data into the computer, obtain output on an output device such as VDU, visual display unit, printer, etc. It provides both formatted and unformatted stream IO statements. The following C++ streams can be used for the input-output purpose. In this section, we will discuss following IO formatting functions. Command in C++, unformatted console IO functions, input-output function. Set W, input-output formatting in C++. Inline functions, input or output. Output is accomplished by using cout, which opens a stream to the standard output device, the stream. Data is inserted into the output stream using the insertion operator. Input is accomplished by using scene, which opens a stream from the standard input device keyboard. Data is retrieved from the stream by using the extraction operator. Every scene should be prefaced by a cout to prompt the user. Include iostream.h. The lines in the above program that start with symbol hash are called directives. What do you mean? The lines in the above program that start with the symbol hash are called directive. ഏത് ലൈനും ഹാഷ് വെച്ച് തുടങ്ങുന്നതിനെ directives എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. And are instructions to the compiler. അവ എന്താണ്? ഈ directives instructions ആണ്. കമ്പൈലർക്കുള്ള ഓരോ ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷനുകളാണ് കമ്പൈലർക്കുള്ള. The word include with the hash tells the compiler to include the file iostream.h into the file of the above program. The word include എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? Include the word include with the hash. Word include hashum include കൂടി എന്താ പറയണേ? To tells the compiler, കമ്പൈലറിനോട് പറയുന്നു to include the file iostream.h into the file of the above program. ഫയലിലേക്ക് iostream into the file to include iostream.h എന്നുള്ള ഫയലിനെ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് into the file of the above program. അതിനകത്തൊക്കെ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയുന്നത് വേർഡ് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ഹാഷ് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് the word ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ഹാഷും ഇൻക്ലൂഡും കൂടി കമ്പൈലറിനോട് iostream the file iostream.h ഫയലിനെ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയുന്നു above പ്രോഗ്രാമിലെ ഫയലിലേക്ക്. File iostream.h is a header file needed for input output requirements of the program. Therefore, this file has been included at the top of the program. എന്താണ് file iostream.h is a header file needed for input output requirements for the program. IOStream.h ഒരു ഹെഡർ ഫയലാണ്. ഇൻപുട്ട് ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് റിക്വയർമെന്റ്സിന് വേണം പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ. Therefore, this file has been included at the top of the program. ടോപ്പിൽ തന്നെയാണ് ഇത് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് IOStream.h. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വരുന്ന void main. Void main എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? The word main is a function name. The brackets open. The brackets with main tell that main is a function. The brackets with main tells that main is a function. The word void before main indicates that no value is being returned by the function main. Every C++ program consists of one or more functions. However, when program is loaded in the memory, the control is handed over to function main and it is the first function to be executed. എന്താണ്? However, program മെമ്മറിയിലേക്ക് ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ control is handed അതിന്റെ മുഴുവൻ കൺട്രോളും ഫംഗ്ഷൻ മെയിനിലേക്ക് കൊടുക്കുകയും and the first function is executed. ആദ്യ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ എക്സിക്യൂട്ട് ആവുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. Okay. Third, the curly brackets and the body of the main function. Each C++ program starts with a function called main. The body of the function is enclosed with curly braces. These braces are equivalent to Pascal's begin and end keywords. The program statements are written with brackets. Each statement must end by a semicolon, without which an error message is generated. Next, comments in C++. A comment is a statement of the program body to enhance the reading and understanding of the program. Comments are included in a program to make it more readable. They are the non-executable part of a program. If a comment is short and can be accommodated in single line, then it is started with double slash sequence in the first line of the program. The syntax of short and one-line comment is comment line. Slashes 2/ comment line. However, if there are multiple lines in the comment, it is enclosed between the two symbols slash star and star slash. Everything between slash star and star slash is ignored by the compiler. The syntax of multiple line comment is single slash star, start of the multiple line command, end of the expressions, statements, end of the multiple line command. Star slash unformatted console IO function. The input unformatted console, the input output function. The input output functions such as get ch. Get ch means to get character, get the character, get the output, put character, get function, put function are called unformatted console input output functions. The header file of these functions is stdio.h and should be included at the beginning of the program. The meaning and use of these functions can be illustrated as follows. Get ch. This function is used to accept the input character which is typed by the keyboard during the execution of the C++ program. Put character function. It displays the character on the screen of the current location of the cursor. It displays the character on the screen at the current location of the cursor. Get function and put function are the string function in C++ programming language. Set W, input output or formatting in C++. In C++ programming language, set W function is used to set the number of characters to be used as the field width for the next insertion operator. The field width determines the minimum number of characters to be written in some output representation. The manipulator is declared in header IO manipulator.h along with another parameterized manipulators. This header file declares the implementation specific requirement for setW function. To understand the use of setW function in C++ programming, let us look at the programming functions. A programming to insert a tab character between two variables by using ZW example command hash include IOStream.h, hash include IO manipulator.h, void main, void curly braces open, int x y z x equal to 400, y equal to 500, z equal to 600. C out, insertion operator x, insertion operator comma double quotes slash t, insertion operator y, insertion operator slash t is at end line. Output 400, 500, 600. Here in the above program, One, set W function has been used to insert a tab between three variables while displaying the content on the screen of the computer. Screen computer screen വരുമ്പോ ടാബ് 400 500 ഇടയിൽ ടാബ് വരുത്താൻ പറ്റും set W function. Okay. Inline function. An inline function is written in one line when they are invoked. These functions are very short and contain one or two statements. Inline functions are functions where the call is made to inline functions. The actual code then gets placed in the calling program. Normally, a function call transfers the control from the calling program to a function, and after the execution of the program, returns the control back to calling program after the function call. These concepts of functions save program, save space and memory. Space and are used because the function is stored only in one place and is only executed when it is called. This execution may be time consuming since registers and other processes must be saved before the function gets called. The extra time needed and the process of saving valid for integer larger functions. If the function is short, the programmer may wish to place the code of the function in the calling program in the border for it to be executed. This type of function is best handled by the inline function. The inline function takes the format as a formal function, but when compiled, it is compiled as inline code. The function is placed separately as inline function, thus adding readability to the source program. When the program is compiled, the code present in function code is replaced in the place of function cell. General format of inline function. The general format of inline function is as follows. Inline data type function underscore name arguments. Inline data type function underscore name inline data type function underscore name arguments. This is the general format of inline function. The keyword inline specified is the above example. Design X the function as inline function. For example, if a programmer wishes to have a function named ex4 is with a return value as the integer and with no arguments, as inline it is written as follows: inline int x4 system. X4 is function. Program 2 hash include iostream.h using namespace standard library int x4 into void main int x cout and enter the input value cout. The output is inline int x46 int x1 return a 5 star x1. Okay, output the input, enter the input value 10. The output is 50. Press any key to continue. Set precision function. The IO formatting in C++. The input output formatting in C++. The function is used to control the number of digits of an output stream to be displayed on the screen in floating point value. This function is included in IO manipulation.h, the header file, and is included in the beginning of any C++ program. The syntax of this function is given as follows. Set precision int p function. To understand the use of this function, let us take the following C++ program. Program 3 hash include iostream.h, hash include iomanipulate.h, void main void float x y z x 11 y is 7 z equal to x by y, cout set precision end line, cout set precision 2 end line, cout set precision 3 end line, cout set precision 4 end line, cout set precision 5 is set end line. Output 1.6 1.57 1.6 1.57 1.571 1.5714 1.57142. To understand this function, we can just set precision integer p. Show point bit format flag. The IO format, the input show point bit format flag. The input output formatting in C++. This flag is used to show the decimal point for all point values. By default, it takes 6 decimal point values in C++ program. The syntax of this flag is given as follows. Cout dot set f ios conditional operator show point function semicolon. To understand the use of this flag, let us take the following C++ program. Hash include iostream.h void main function curly bracket open float wxyz w equal to 2.345 x equal to 11.34 y equal to 7.23 z equal to 2345.56 cout set f ios condition operator show point semicolon cout insertion operator w insertion operator w end new line cout x insertion operator x insertion operator new line cout insertion operator y insertion operator y new line cout insertion operator z insertion operator z new line closing the curly brackets. W equal to 2.345678, x equal to 11.345675, y equal to 7, y equal to 7.23456, z equal to negative 2345.567723. Input and output stream flags. The input output formatting in C++. To use many of the input output manipulators, IO streams have a flag field that specifies the current setting of decimal places and upper and lowercase alphabets in the output of a certain flag name meaning. Skip WS, skip white space during input. Right, list justification of output pad. Internal, after sign or base indicator. Octal, DEC, decimal octal, decimal base octal base hexa, decimal base show, hex, base or octal and hexadecimal number show base, the decimal points for all floating numbers. Show point, show uppercase x numbers, uppercase, show plus to positive numbers, show positive. Use E for floating notation, use scientific floating notation flush all, scientific floating notation flush all, fixed streams after insertions flush, unit buffer, out STD, standard error after insertion, STDIO, standard input output library. Some of the IO flag name and their meaning are given in the table above. Summary. In this unit, we have learned the features of object-oriented programming, particularly that of C++ language. We have explained the C++ character set, tokens, which include variables, constant, and operators and data types used. In C++, the interchanging of data takes place automatically or by the programmer. The concept of input-output statement has been explained. The concept of comment statement, which makes the program more readable, is also given. Finally, we have also discussed control structure in C++, which is used to control execution between sequence during the compilation execution of the program. At the end, you should be able to write a C++ program which will take input from the user, manipulate and print it on the screen by reading this unit. Thank you. That's all for today's session.